And for more now on the fight against ISIL, I'm joined by Raymond Tanter, who is a professional and academic expertise, I should say, on policy in the region. He's a former senior staff member of the White House National Security Council and is a Professor Emeritus at the University of Michigan. Welcome back to the broadcast.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. There are reports of ISIL actually executing more than 300 Sunni tribesmen. Why are they turning on their own?
Well, Susan, it pains me because I interviewed in 2008 many of these tribesmen. Who are they? They are the members of the awakening. They were awakened by CIA money under General Petraeus, and they pulled away from Al-Qaeda of Iraq, the predecessor of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And what you had here is a situation where the Sunnis are split between the Saddamists, former Saddam Hussein's forces, fighting along with the radical Sunnis on one hand, and the tribes fighting along. So you have to have either the Kurdish Peshmerga coming in from Kurdistan to help them, or American boots on the ground. Otherwise, ISIL cannot succeed, or that is to say, otherwise the groups, the Sunni tribes can't succeed alone, Susan.
That's right, but they don't know the difference. I mean, when they meet the Sunnis, they don't know the difference. They just apparently, reportedly, walked in and executed 300 of them.
Oh, no, you know who the tribes are. Everyone knows who the tribesmen are. The tribes all have identifications that are sort of worn on their faces, if you will.
In Syria, two major U.S. trained and funded and armed rebel groups just surrendered to al-Qaeda-backed terrorists. How will this affect the coalition's strategy? The U.S. went in there and armed them, and we're essentially counting on them as the boots on the ground.
Yes, well, the Kurds are temporarily going to be helping out in Kobani. Kobani is symbolic, and it is not of strategic value. And one of the reasons why the Turks don't want to get involved is because Assad's assets haven't been targeted. The only way you're going to hold ground in Syria is to target Saddam or Syria's assets rather than just ISIL's assets.
Turkish President Erdogan, as you know, yesterday lashed out at the U.S.-backed coalition, saying that they're focusing too much on Kobani and not striking enough in Syria. Does he have a point?
Yes, I think Erdogan has his point, and it's a good point. And eventually, mission creep will set in at the White House, and all of a sudden, President Obama is going to have to come to grips with the fact that he must either put boots on the ground in Iraq or put boots on the ground in Syria, and not just target airstrikes against ISIL targets.
How long do you think ISIL will last? Are they here for the next 2 to 5 years?
Well, President Obama himself said it will last throughout his presidency, and the Pentagon spokesman recently said it will last 2 to 5 years at least. And so what you have to have is a coalition of moderate Shiite Iranians, moderate Sunnis, together with American surge, and that's what happened in 2007 when I was there in 2008.
Raymond Tanter, thank you for your time and insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.